Hi everyone, it's Sandy Chong here from the Australian Hairdressing Council. And I've got Jo Cowan, who I've known for years and years, haven't I, Jo?
Yes, long time.
We were talking about this earlier because you know so much about our industry and you're so passionate about the industry. Now, for those of you who don't know Jo Cowan, I'm going to have to read all her titles out, but she's the National Sales Director of InStyle Magazine, Style Icons, and also Hair Festival. Now, what we're going to talk about with Jo today is Hair Festival, which of course is the hairdressing weekend, which will be in Sydney at Carriageworks, which is in Everleigh. And it's on Sunday, the 11th of June and the 12th of June. And so we're going to talk to Jo about, well, what's happening at Hair Festival. I'm definitely going to be there and I'm going to be with my team as well, because it's a great team event. So one thing that we're definitely not going to miss out on, and that's Wonderland, because everybody raved about it last year. So I'm going to ask Jo, well, what's on at Hair Festival? How much does it get into the marketplace? What's happening at Wonderland? What education is there? The competitions, let's hear it all. So I'm going to pass over to you, Jo. Tell us about Hair Festival. How much do we need to put away to get through that front door? Where do we register? All that type of thing.
Okay, thanks, Sandy. Look, lovely to meet you all and to share with you, I guess, the passion behind Hair Festival, and that is that the event started in 2022, but we put this event into our minds in 2020 when Hair Expo was cancelled. And through COVID, we planned and COVID didn't let us get going. So finally, 2022, we launched our event and it was a huge success. And as Sandy said, we've got the marketplace, which is the exhibition floor. We have education sessions, we have competitions, and we have the Wonderland party that, if you did miss it, it was voted the party of the year last year. So don't miss it this year. There's too much going on. So I guess some of you might say, look, what is the aim behind Hair Festival? And the aim is to unite the industry. There really is no one event that is on the education calendar all year that creates an opportunity where hairdressers can get together, they can unite, they can learn. And I guess when we were putting Hair Festival together, we looked at the key areas that you wanted to do when you go to events like that. And that is to shop. You want to find out new products. You want to find new technologies, just things that are different. We also know that you like to learn. And of course, learning is the basis of our industry. And unless we continue to invest in learning, then we will not progress as an industry. And, you know, there are many other industries where it's a requirement that you have to do X number of hours of learning to retain a license. And we're lucky that that's not in our industry, but it's important that we do learn. So we have these education sessions. We know hairdressers like to compete. The competitions that we're doing, though, we have live competitions and we have pre-done competitions. And we also have a team relay, which is really good fun. And then we know you want to connect. So that's the party plus all of the networking opportunities within each of those avenues of opportunities. So Sandy asked me to tell you a little bit about what's going on and the snapshot. So if you come to the marketplace, it's absolutely free. So the marketplace is your exhibition floor. It's where you're going to find all the new products, all the new technologies, and also inspiration from some amazing presenters who'll be working on individual stages within the product companies' areas. So there's some cool executions going to happen. I can't really let you know exactly what's going to be in the marketplace, but there's going to be a lot of fun. One of the things that we launched this year. Were you about to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think one thing that some don't realise is the marketplace suits everybody. And not only is it free to get in, which is fantastic because, you know, years gone by, it wasn't free to get in. So that saves everybody a lot of money, but it's great for apprentices.
Yes.
You know, it's great for your entire team. And even if you're after business, well, then there's going to be exhibitors there that that are business exhibitors besides the product exhibitors and clothing and everything. Like, it's really exciting, I think, as a team to go along and see all of the exhibitors in the marketplace. Yeah.
Yes. There's just so much, there's so much there. And we have everything from companies who are going to be showcasing color. There's some great scissor opportunities. There's, as you've mentioned, there's like clothing, you know, bleach resistant clothing, and just a plethora of lots of other options. Some great hair extensions. It's a really exciting event, because just in the marketplace alone. So firstly, you just park around in the local street, so you're not paying for parking as such. So you come in, and the best thing to do is to pre-register to attend the marketplace, so that way we can notify you of exactly what's going on. And one of the things that we have introduced this year is we have a new hair festival app, and we're going to release that to all people who have pre-registered to attend the event. And that will give you a snapshot of everything that's happening. So you can go on, and you might find in the marketplace there's a particular company that you might like to visit. So you can make an appointment through the app if you would like to have a business meeting there. There's going to be a lot of notifications happening in that app whilst you're wandering around the marketplace. So the marketplace has two areas where you can network together. So there's the coffee hub, which is in the middle of the marketplace, where you'll be able to buy coffee and snacks and elements like that. And then just outside the marketplace is an area called the Festival Hub, and that will be full of food trucks and coffee trucks, and a much bigger area where you can have meetings. So there's opportunities galore there. So we're going to have so much food, and I think just about every taste will be catered for, Sandy. So I don't think we're going to have any issues there. The education, if we move on to talking about education, so there's a really big mixture of education. So you have got, you know, traditional cutting seminars. There's some fantastic barber actions that are going on, particularly on the Monday morning. So we have 101 Education, which used to be called Area Academy. That's Owen McCarthy and Lee. Can't think of Lee's other name. Isn't that terrible? Watson, I think. And we have
We just call them Owen and Lee.
Owen and Lee. That's
Yeah.
fine. We also have WOW, and WOW are doing barber education. They're doing barber education on the Sunday as well as the Monday. Jake Putin from Legacy Education, he's doing some education on the Monday as well. We have long hair sessions with Polished Style. We have Show Pony doing some cutting of hair extensions and colouring of hair extensions. Because if you're not doing hair extensions in your business, it's an opportunity where, you know, you can say to a client, you want to grow your hair long, you don't need to now. I can put some extensions in and we can make your hair like long right now. So we've got Show Pony doing those. We've got Flora Active, who are doing some nanoplasty treatments. We have Orrich, which is an interesting seminar about the effects of bronzing products, particularly around the hairline, and how it's causing a lot of damage to hair, and then resistance for things like hair colouring. So she'll be talking about things like that. So we've got Tony and Guy, we've got Sharon Blaine, we've got the L'Oreal Access Education team, we've got Di Lorenzo. So it's jam-packed. Now, each one of those sessions is an hour to attend. They're an hour long, and it costs $75. Or if you missed our early bird, it might be up to $85. But that's a fantastic investment. Imagine spending $85 to see Sharon Blaine or to see Tony and Guy. It's just not possible. And they will put on some fantastic shows. So the education is on all day Sunday and all day Monday. So if you want to book the education, or if you want to register for Hair Festival or do anything else within Hair Festival, you just need to go to the Hair Festival website. So that's www.hairfestival.com.au, and just click on book tickets, or you can look at the top of any of on that website, and it will lead you to the marketplace, the education sessions, and the other events. One thing I do need to talk about, Sandy, though, is the Real Talk Business Forum, which is a 4-hour jam-packed business session that is going to absolutely make people sit back and go, wow, all of that in 4 hours. So this particular event, Real Talk, started in 2019, and it started with a theory that we want to create conversations that matter and unbranded conversations. So we want to look at what's happening in the industry and discuss areas and ways that we can improve. So we have got some amazing presenters. So we can start with Lisa Conway, who's our MC, and she's going to be talking about the cost of our services. Why aren't we charging more? I'm like you, Sandy, I'm a hairdresser, and we spend a lot of time learning, and yet we're so easy, and it seems so easy to us to cut our prices, and we shouldn't, because we need to value what we learn. And you know, as hairdressers, we go to events like Hair Festival, we learn a lot. We learn about techniques, but we don't go back to the salon and say to our clients, hey, I've just done this fantastic course and I've learned this. Let me do that for you. If you were talking to a plumber would say, I've learned a new plumbing technique. It's now going to cost you another $100. So Lisa's going to be talking about that. We also have 2 fantastic panels. So we're looking at mental health and wellness in the salon. So we've got 5 amazing speakers talking to that particular topic. And on technology in the salon, we also have 5 key speakers who are going to talk about that. We have from Pivot Point, Jane Barrett. She's going to look at the value of education, and not just from the point of view of why we should do it, but from the point of view of how it creates longevity with our staff in a salon. So if you put your staff through training, they become better at their job and they will stay with you longer because they're learning on the job. I mean, we all want to feel like we progress, and education is how we progress. So Jane's going to focus on discussing that. We also have Stephanie Mason, who's going to make a presentation about how Australian hairdressing is seen on the global market, which will be really interesting. And then we also have Anders Soms Mills. I think it's a very hard name to say. Anders is an absolute amazing technology man. He looks at the conscious consumer and what the conscious consumer is thinking today, and how we as hairdressers can understand that thinking and can incorporate elements in our business to work with that thinking and to better our business. And so Anders is making an hour presentation, and he's going to also have a 30-minute Q&A where you can really ask him some in-depth questions about what's in his psyche. He's worked with many famous brands, and you can learn more about him when you go onto the Hair Festival website. So Real Talk is on the Sunday from 9:30 until 1:30 with morning tea and lunch, and then plenty of time to go shopping. So that's pretty cool.
I used to do Anders' hair, and so we've been friends for years, and he is an amazing presenter and incredibly polished. Okay, so that sounds really exciting. I have a question for you, and it's about Wonderland. So if you're under 18, can you get into Wonderland? Because I believe it's at the establishment. Okay, so you have to be over
You
18.
have to be over 18.
Okay.
Yes.
And so it's drinks and food.
It's
What is
everything.
Wonderland? If
So,
you've not been, what is it?
so if you've not been, don't eat or drink anything before you come, because you will have so much food you will not believe. If you could imagine 4 hours of constant entertainment, drinks available, which is all part of your cost, and entertainment like a live band with DJ. And last year the band started at 7 o'clock and they finished at about 12:30. So the band just goes on, and the dance floor was full from about 7:10. So it's pretty cool. The live entertainment, we've got roving entertainment constantly. So there'll be like little mini shows and people popping up around you. There'll be some amazing people serving you drinks. And it's just a fantastic party atmosphere. It will be brightly coloured. It's because we've got the Vivid Festival on as well. The whole outside of the establishment, which is in George Street, will be lit up with lights. So there's going to be a lot of FOMO from people who are walking past going, what's that event? What's in there? Because we're going to have so much lights and action and selfie corners and you name it. It's going to be loads of fun. It's the type of party that you'll be walking around going, oh my goodness, oh, did I say that? Oh, look at that. It's just that kind of party. So that will go on from 7 o'clock until midnight, round about midnight, 12:30, and then you'll be able to go home, tuck yourself into bed, and get ready for Hair Festival, which is on at 10 o'clock the next morning. One thing I will say is that Jake Putin is putting on a meditation session on the Monday morning, actually. So if you'd like to attend some meditation with Jake, it's from 8:30 to 9:30. It's a free to attend session. And we had about 20 people last year and it was pretty amazing. So I would encourage people to look at the meditation as an opportunity to also reflect, because one of the challenges in our industry is that it's very busy. We're constantly answering questions with our clients and thinking about the color and everything that we're going to do. But how much time do we also put into our own mental health? And if you've never been involved in meditation, some people kind of go, oh, it's a bit like a voodoo, but it's not. It's pretty amazing. And it can sort of inspire you to think about yourself differently. So if you'd like to join Jake and a whole group of gorgeous people, I would highly suggest that to start your Monday at Hair Festival. And then if you, or prior to that, of course, if you're thinking about doing competitions or you've never done competitions, come and do it at Hair Festival, because it's a safe environment. You know, you're not, it's about having fun. You know, you guys do a competition every minute of the day. You're always cutting someone's hair. There's
how do we actually register for that? Our registration's open now for the competition, so we have to go online and register. Is that right?
Yes, you do. You go online and you register. There are 6 competitions. So the competitions are designed for apprentices right through to senior hairdressers. So an apprentice who is really good at blow drying, there's a competition called the bob. So the bob can be cut in any shape or form prior to the competition. There's no cutting in this competition. It's just purely blow drying the perfect bob.
Wow.
So that's going to be a cool competition for apprentices. There's also 2 cutting competitions. So one for barbers or for ladies hairdressers who cut men's hair, doesn't matter. And then there's for women's street style, there's a cutting competition for that. We have the editorial glam slam, which is, imagine you're creating a photograph for the front of InStyle magazine. That's the look that we want to achieve. So it's a look that takes into account, you know, the hair, the color, how it looks, the clothing, everything is taken into account. And we also have a really fun competition called the Team Relay. And Sandy, this is where 3 of your staff members could find a model and create an amazing look in 30 minutes. So it means that each person has 10 minutes, and they get a brush and they pass the brush or pass the comb, and then each person puts on the next layer of the hair or does the final update on the makeup. And the team relay is always a fun competition. So
that's I mean, it sounds exciting. It sounds like it is a lot of fun, you know, because live comps always are there prizes as well that goes?
Yes, yeah. So there's the hair festival trophy in itself, which was absolutely beautiful. In the cutting competition, there are first, second, and third places in both the men's and women's, and then there are also prizes for, like, product prizes for the various hairdressers in the other competitions. Each winner also receives a full-page profile in InStyle magazine. So that sort of showcases who they are, you know, where their hair inspiration comes from, and some of the favorite things they love to do in life. So it's your chance to get yourself on the page of InStyle, and that's worth quite a bit of money.
That's worth entering, isn't it? For sure.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, the competitions are a lot of fun. If somebody's saying, well, how long do they take? The competitions, you've got I think it's 40 minutes for most of the competitions. There's 5 minutes preparation to get yourself ready, and then the judge says, you know, the compere says go, and off we go. So it's pretty. They're fun, and they're going to be held on the Sunday from 11 o'clock until 2:30 within the hair festival area. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you've covered everything from the exhibitors, the marketplace, the food, where to park, the education, the business, the shows, the competitions, the party. It all sounds amazing. And I think I mentioned to you earlier that even for my own salon, we've set up an incentive actually for Hair Festival. We are going as a team, but part of that incentive is, you know, the ability to have some spending money, which comes in handy, and accommodation in our particular incentive. There's lots of different prizes, but they're actually all geared in attending Hair Festival as the prize. So I highly recommend every single salon actually having Hair Festival as a staff incentive in the lead up. But thank you so much for your time and explaining everything that's available. It just sounds like so much, and congratulations even, Jo, on just organising this event. Now I'm organising a couple of events, and oh my God, it's so stressful. So I don't know how you're doing it with all of yours when I only have to do a couple, because it just sounds like you've got so much on. So congratulations on pulling together such an incredible and successful hair festival to program.
You know, it's always a team effort, and you know, we've got a great team, and we'd like to thank the AHC for your support of the festival. You know, when we launched it, you were first to the table to say, what can I do to help? And we want to thank you very much for that. I'd also just like to say to people, you know, when you go onto the website and you're looking for things, if you can't find something in particular, you can send an email to hello@hairfestival.com.au and you will get an answer to your email. I'm happy to take questions as well, so I can give you my number. Hopefully won't be bombarded, but please give me a call, 0410 594 189, and tell your friends about Hair Festival. It's one of those events that is
it's the hairdressers weekend, isn't it? I mean, it's the hairdressers weekend. There is no other weekend like the Hair Festival weekend, and I think it's a shame to miss out. You know, it's like I have never missed out on the hairdressers weekend for as long as I can remember. Since they first came to Sydney, in fact, I think we were talking earlier how they started in Brisbane, they moved to Sydney, and I've been to every single one. I know it's just something that you do attend and you learn so much, you see so much, but it's the networking and catching up with all your friends. And it's also you know, coming together as a team and all the fun and the education around that. And that's what hairdressing is about. That's my husband. So, I'm just, hi, honey.
We're
He's
lucky
not
that my
coming.
husband hasn't walked through as well.
He's not coming.
I'm on the tools.
On the tools.
I'll tell him later that we're recording.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better.
With that, thank you so much for your time, Jo. Take care.
Okay.
See you at Hair Festival.
Okay. Bye. See you later.